Hello and welcome to another fun-filled nonsense retrospective. I'm your host as always, Rick, and joining me equally as always is Devon.
Yay! We're doing Smiling Friends! Rick, I love kids!
I love Kid Johnny! I love kids!
Oh, I wouldn't go around screaming that, man.
You kiss your dad on the mouth? Yeah, we're doing Smiling Friends! Smiling Friends, we're doing Season 3!
Yeah, Season 3 happened pretty much at the tail end of last year, and now we're finally doing it. It's kind of one of those weird ones, because it was airing, like they had the Halloween episode on Halloween, ish, give or take a couple of days. So, by my math, it's the same logic as the Has Been Hotel retro, in that by the time it finished, Rick fucked off.
Yep. Yeah, so it was one of those things that it was airing while I was away. I missed like 4 episodes while I was away, so I had those to catch up on when I got back. And because of other things that went wrong with websites, yeah, I ended up not catching up until like a couple of weeks later after that.
Well, the annoying thing is the easiest way to watch it in the UK is to just wait for it to be on Channel 4's streaming service.
Yeah, this is honestly true.
Which the beauty of a Channel 4 streaming service, by the way, if you're not native to Britain, is it's entirely free. They just treat it like a TV channel.
Yeah, you have to say that you have a TV license, and then it's on you.
Not for Channel 4, you don't.
Do you not? Okay.
No, because Channel 4 runs on ads.
Sure, fair enough.
The TV license is for BBC and for live broadcasts, but like, who the fuck watches live broadcasts nowadays unless you're into the sport?
Yeah.
And I still think that's bullshit anyway. You shouldn't need a TV license for watching live sports unless it's on the BBC and there's no adverts.
Yeah. Well, at that point, if you want to turn it into a tax, just make it tax.
I don't want to debate the TV license with you, Rick. There's no point. Like we're both of the same opinion in that TV license is bullshit, but we both have two very vastly different opinions on how to fix it. And we want to talk about Smiling Friends today.
We do. Something that is about as far removed from British TV taxation as you can possibly think of.
Yeah, it's made by an American and an Australian, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Although the Australian does a pretty good job of imitating both Americans and British people.
The Australians, like, I swear every Australian has a side gig of just taking the piss out of the British, which, you know, fair enough, they are descended from our criminals.
Yeah. Although that said, the idea of Alan's voice being the most stereotypical American voice that he can do is actually pretty funny.
I just like the cadence he does with it.
So do I. It is always addictive to listen to Alan speaking. Yeah, so we're just going to do this by episode as we did before. We start with the first episode, Silly Samuel.
Can I just say from the get-go, this episode, this series in general, I didn't really laugh that much. I was entertained, but I don't think it was as funny. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't think there were as many bangers this time as there were last time.
I think Season 2 really did knock it out of the park as far as bangers is concerned.
Yes. Like, if we're talking about, like, not as good episodes, I think this is probably the one.
Yeah, I didn't like this episode at all, and it was really disappointing that this was this sounds like I'm really slagging it off, and I'm not. It's one of those where it was a real disappointing start to the series, because I was like, what the fuck is this shit? It didn't tickle my particular sense of humour. That being said, all the shit with Mr. Boss and Alan was quite funny. Yeah.
That was basically the actual episode was that, whereas what actually happened with Silly Samuel, it just existed. Like, this felt like a middle of the season lull episode and not a beginning of the season welcome back to these characters, remember why you love us romp.
Yeah. I don't like Silly Samuel's design, and I guess that's the point.
Yeah, he's just a dude made of multiple silly things to look funny. Like, he's got one of those gummy hand things that you can just whip out and pick things up with.
Yeah, it's not good to look at, which again is literally the point of the episode. I wouldn't say it was funny, but it was kind of like it's interesting to get like a look at the inner workings of the wacky characters in this universe, and it was almost annoying when the solution was, hey, why don't you just get plastic surgery? Because it's like, yeah, that is the obvious solution, right? But then they go to the plastic surgeon and it's like, we literally can't do anything, you will die.
Yeah. Like, he physically can't change his appearance. And yeah, he's stuck looking like that. Even his shoes.
Well, in theory, they're not shoes, are they?
Yeah, they're just actually his feet that look like shoes.
Yeah, and he does punch the... I don't think he punches the Doctor. I think his cuckoo clock goes off and that hits the Doctor in the eye. Something like that. And the Doctor just really angrily tells them all to fuck off. It's... again, it's taking the concept of, like, real-world sort of interactions in a stupid, over-the-top, wacky universe.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the more fun half of the episode, shall we?
Yeah, the building inspector. He comes to the smiling building, and we get the as you told me the Chris Chan speech.
Yeah, so Zach Hadel is very vocal on Only Plays specifically because that's where my biggest exposure to Zach Hadel is. But he's been an indie animator forever, etc., etc. And over on that channel, he's very vocal about his obsession with Chris Chan, specifically this one video, which I want to point out I didn't know because I think I don't care about Chris Chan. I never have. Weirdly enough, you're the first person who ever introduced me to Chris Chan. You didn't even introduce me to Chris Chan. You just described what Sonichu was.
Yeah. And it was in the same breath as me talking about frickin' Cold Steel the Hedgehog, I believe, wasn't it?
No, I don't. Well, that might have touched upon it, but that was something we did on the podcast, which was way after you first spoke to me about Sonichu.
Sure.
Like the way you described Chris Chan to me was very brief. It was guy goes, because they were a guy back then. Guy goes into a local GameStop or something and colours in the new Sonic game cover because the colours are wrong because he thinks he should be the CEO of Sega.
Yeah. So in Sonic Boom, they make Sonic's arms pink to match his tummy, and Chris Chan really didn't like this and printed out corrected versions of the Sonic Boom front cover that he could insert into all of the copies of Sonic Boom where Sonic's arms are fixed to be blue.
Yeah, but that also doesn't fix the problem, does it? Because you put the game in your console and, it's still going to be the same colour that the developers wanted it to be. Yeah,
this is when they also pepper sprayed the person who worked there.
Yeah, the less said about Chris Chan, the better, because I know a certain community on the internet likes to torment Chris Chan and take the piss out of them, but that's never been my sort of deal, and the more I learn about Chris Chan, the more I just get depressed, because it's like, here's this clearly, no word of a joke, mentally ill, mentally unstable person who is constantly getting bullied by the internet, and then they go surprise Pikachu face when they lash out and react poorly.
Yeah, and the video in question is from quite a while ago because his father passed away quite some time ago as well, and it's his dad going, "We are fucked."
I don't think his dad actually says, I apologise if I fuck up with the pronouns, because Chris Chan has changed pronouns like 4 times.
Oh yeah, my apologies as well. This was, it was accurate at the time, no longer accurate, I apologise.
You were fine, I just realised I called Chris Chan him again. But yeah, the video in question is literally Chris Chan's father telling Chris Chan that, by the way, all these videos you're taking in the house could get the whole fucking building condemned and we'll have to move out. It's literally almost word for word as to what Mr. Boss says to Alan, except for the "we are so fucked," which has become a meme, and I'm grateful for, because it's the funniest line in the episode.
Yeah, this building where we work becomes this house where we live, and yeah, the rest of it is the same.
Aye. And I want to point out the fucking building inspector is yet another character that Zach just doesn't give a fuck about changing his voice to voice.
Yeah, it's this incredibly old fella. He's basically just what would happen if we made Hans Moleman in Smiling Friends, isn't it?
I think that's next episode, or the episode after next.
Yeah, separate one, yeah. But yeah, he feels like just someone who is as impossibly old.
I get you. Well, he very well may be a spirit.
Yes.
But yeah, he does do the inspection of the building. He's quite thorough. There's some weird, sinister bullshit in the basement. There's a really funny scene where he taps the fucking wall with his pencil. The wall breaks away, and we see the guy from the fucking, I think it's the first episode even, who lived in the wall and had a go at Alan, and he's just a mummified corpse. And Mr. Boss just looks really Paddington goes, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. Another one where he taps the wall, it starts bleeding, and he just goes, that's Alan's weird red juice.
Isn't there a giant spider in the corner of the room as well?
I think there is, and that's probably who ate the man.
Well, the man isn't eaten, he's just, again, mummified corpse.
Yeah, he's mummified, yeah, he's just a desiccated, yeah.
Yeah, and we find the giant needle that Mr. Boss says, that keeps the building secured to the ground, and everyone laughs until they move it, and actually that was completely true.
Yeah, and it just fucks off down the road.
It does. And this gives Silly Samuel his redeeming moment where he just starts screaming, no, guys, seriously, there's a thing coming down the fucking thing. And it stops like 1 inch from the end because Glep comes in at the very last minute, muttering, because by the way, he was napping, which, might be a bit of a foreshadowing for what happens in the last episode, really, when you think about it. But he puts the pin back in place. It stops the ball from moving. Someone in the crowd turns around and just goes, oh my God, he was right. Maybe he was right about everything. And then Silly Samuel becomes like a prophet.
Yeah, he becomes that's his actual resolution. He becomes a prophet of weird stuff that, from Silly Samuel's point of view, is entirely normal. But because it's being said in a silly way, people think that he's some kind of funny prophet.
But he doesn't even say it in a silly way, and I think that's the problem. Because Silly Samuel just looks silly, but he talks like fucking a normal dude.
He does.
It's not like he talks like fucking Squim or something.
Yeah. Yes, Squim being someone from the future.
Yeah. And then we get the moment that the fan base and people who I don't even think are fans of Smiling Friend just ran with as a meme, if you want to go ahead and enlighten people.
What, the...
Turning to sand.
Oh, yes. The building inspector's like, so they aced the review.
No, they didn't.
What, because the building is safe? Oh, fuck no, this is the worst building I've ever seen in my life. He failed miserably, but the skeleton in the wall, that was funny shit.
Yeah. And it's just like, man, I'd really like to hang out with you guys. It's like, yeah, sure, so do we just get your number? And that's when he turns into sand and just blow... I don't think he turns into sand, that's just what Charlie says. But that's when he turns into... He basically gets Thanos snapped and fucking pisses off in the wind. And Charlie just like comes up, hey, yeah, so we solved that problem. Did that guy just turn into sand? And that's it. That's the episode.
Yeah, like, that's the point where he essentially dies and starts to, just dissolve into the air.
I think saying Thanos snapped really is a good analogy, because it is just that effect.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's weird because we've got a mutual friend, Rick, who definitely doesn't watch Smiling Friends, but sent us a meme of that happening to a Haluva Boss character, and Charlie was walking in just going, hey, did that dude just turn into sand? And it's like, what the fuck? Not Haluva Boss, Has Been Hotel, sorry, they get blended in my brain.
Yeah, the Helliverse.
Yeah.
The Vivsiverse, sorry.
Oh, whatever, it's fine. Like, she created both shows. People know who made it. But and I believe the end credit scene is literally Mr. Boss getting the lads to try and put the giant smiling face friend building back into place, and them failing miserably.
Yeah. They obviously managed between episodes, but yes.
Well, he probably just got more cheap labour from the Enchanted Forest to do it.
Maybe so. They are still over there.
Yeah.
But yes, a favourite gag from this episode.
I really... it's hard because I know I ragged on this episode, but it has got some legitimate standout moments. It's really hard to choose, but I think I'm going to go for Mr. Boss is just super serious, super, surprised. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, that's probably my favourite one of his reactions. So I'm going to go back and say that his Chris Chan statement speech was my favourite gag.
Just a reminder for everyone, Chris Chan was going to be a cameo in season 1, but they reached their cameo limit.
Yes. They reached the cameo limit, and then Chris Chan went to prison.
There's a very... did they actually go to prison? I thought they just...
Yes.
Oh, I thought prison, not jail.
I forget the...
well, jail is a local courthouse type deal, whereas prison is no,
federal,
you're
isn't it? Yeah,
you're fucking here and you're not getting out.
Okay, yeah, I don't know then.
Okay, fair enough. Because those are... In Britain, we just have prison.
Yes.
If you're at a local police station, it's a holding cell. It's not a jail. We don't have jail houses. Anyway, that's why Rick was slightly confused, for those of you who are listening and you're from the States, perhaps.
Yeah, prisons are the ones that are for profit.
Okay. Not all of them, but private prisons. prisons, certainly. There are state-run
Yeah.
prisons, and therefore, not for profit, but I think they're all full, so therefore they have to use the private ones. But I'm incredibly ignorant on the topic, so I shall talk no more upon it. There's a lengthy discussion between Cusack and Hadel, by the way, of just like, would we have left that in? They didn't actually have to make that choice, obviously, but there's like, yeah, we probably would have left it in, because who cares? And it's like, I don't know, I think some people would care.
Yeah. Oh, and also Charlie going, could you make me just literally one more silly sausage?
Yeah, I didn't like the concept of Silly Samuel at all.
No. But yes, season 3, episode 2. This one, Le Voyage Incroyable de Monsieur Gounil.
I've got a question for you, Rick. What do you think this says in English?
Well, it's the Voyage Incredible of Mr. Frog.
So if you translate it properly, it's the incredible journey of Mr. Frog.
Yeah. I just did it in the exact order in which it shows up in French.
Rick's yawning for reasons unknown to man.
Because it's morning time and I am crap at sleeping.
It's morning time, guys. It's 11:30. Now, I want to point out 11:30 at the good point in the morning, not before midnight.
Yep. I, for some reason, unbeknown to man or beast, I didn't sleep last night, but that's a me problem. Mr. Frog. This is our Mr. Frog episode this time. Is it the best one?
I don't know, because this wasn't really funny.
Yeah, it was more lore, really, wasn't it? It was just another dive into the behind-the-scenes psyche of an eldritch being.
Sorry, I had to cough. Is Mr. Frog an eldritch being when we meet his dad, and he had to be birthed by a mum and dad?
Yeah, but by the same token, we don't know why he's so powerful.
Because it's Smiling Friends, and it's a stupid fucking world full of stupid people.
Yeah. But Mr. Frog's dad is a normal guy, as in a regular human that's not animated, that just is green.
He's actually a pretty popular actor because he's from The Office, the US version.
Okay.
And I think before that he was in a band.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't really know much about the guy, but he plays Creed in the American Office. So again, another episode of Smiling Friends that kind of breached containment based on the fact that people were like, wait, what? And yeah, full credit to him. He played the role incredibly seriously, incredibly straight. I don't think it would have been as good if it wasn't played straight.
Yeah. I get it.
Full credit to him. He let himself get painted completely green and did the entire scene in his underpants.
He did. Mr. Frog gets bored of being the president and he just quits.
Well, he's done everything. He's conquered the world and everything.
Yeah, and he's faced no comeuppance, and the one thing that he hasn't done is made up with his dad.
It takes him a while to get to that realization. He has a very brief career in the UFC where he beats every single opponent by not lifting a muscle. And then when Pym suggests maybe contacting his family, he fucking roundhouse kicks him in the face, and we get a really serious scene for about 5 or 10 seconds of Charlie being like, oh shit, Pym, are you okay? And Pym's not moving.
No, he's not. He gone. And Charlie's just trying to get him to wake up while like a little crowd's forming about them, and that's when Mr. Frog fucks off.
Yeah, Mr. Frog fucks off. He goes and meets his dad. His dad reveals that while Mr. Frog's mother was on her deathbed with cancer and asking, "Where's our son? Where is he?" And it's just like, Jesus Christ, this is I am sure this is a real scenario for somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Alan and Glep only appear in post credits.
Sure.
And yeah, apparently there's a resistance that works against Mr. Frog, and that's been crushed.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. But yeah, they do it as part of the montage of Mr. Frog. He does. They show a bunch of things that he has done. I think he was on Joe Rogan at one point.
I do remember one bit because I remember being like, "What the fuck?" There is a picture of him, I swear, with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes. The I'm a stupid T-shirt, and then on a pile of money with the Joker makeup.
And I think it's Charlie. He's got like his screensaver. That might not be this episode. It might be a later one, but I'm pretty sure it's this one where he's got the background of his phone is Mr. Frog standing up triumphantly, and it's a fucking parody of the Trump assassination attempt in fucking brackets.
Yeah. But yeah, the comeuppance of the Mr. Frog going back to see his father is that he really doesn't make up with his dad.
He doesn't. The problem is he doesn't try.
He doesn't try. He just goes and he just takes the verbal abuse, which is, arguably deserved, but by the same token, it's also not helpful. Because I think we've all had something like that, haven't we? Where
here's the thing, Rick, is I am firmly on Mr. Frog's dad's side here. Like, Mr. Frog does not deserve forgiveness on a personal level. And don't forget, Mr. Frog is a fucking monster.
Oh, he is. He's monstrous. The things that he did in terms of missing the bits of the family life that he needed to be there for, that's something that you can never really make up. You can never come back from that, really. On the family aspect side, but by the same token, I understand what Mr. Frog does here, which is just take it, because there's no way to respond to that, really, is there?
But that doesn't make it okay.
No,
it's all well and good being like, I'm taking this, but it's like you decided to show up literally straight after from what Mr. Frog's father is saying. We don't really have a name for his father, so we have to use the whole fucking verbiage.
Mr. Frog Senior, yeah. So it does seem to be that it's happened very recently, but even if not, then while he was in office. So the kind of thing that he literally could have made any time he wanted in the world to take a moment out from being the president to come and be there for.
Yeah, no. But Mr. Frog's a piece of shit, and this is the closest thing he's ever gotten to getting any sense of comeuppance, and that is a verbal beatdown from his father because he's a piece of shit. And his father isn't even mentioning the fact the millions of other misdeeds that Mr. Frog has done. Don't forget, in season 1, he chased a woman with a hammer.
Yeah. And he tried to eat a baby.
I don't think there was a tried there.
Yeah, like he had the baby in his mouth and everything, and he had to get talked down from that, but to give the baby back to the lady. Apparently, she was one of the people who was listening to Silly Samuel at the end as well in the last episode.
If you say so, I've not got that much of an eye for detail.
But yeah, Mr. Frog's finale is he eats the bug of knowledge.
Before he does that, the bug of knowledge asks if he can help him with his IT, and Mr. Frog's just like, I don't know, maybe call the Geek Squad or some bullshit like that.
Have you tried calling the Geek Squad? And yeah, he eats the bug of knowledge and goes on a weird trip, and the finale is that he turns into a photorealistic frog.
Yeah, which makes sense considering what his father turned into.
Yeah, a photorealistic person.
Well.
So we don't know if this is the end of Mr. Frog, or if Mr. Frog is just going to be the frog from now on.
I mean, thankfully we'll be able to find out real early on when season 4 comes out, because this again is like the third series in a row, and you pointed this out to me, where the second episode has just been like, yep, it's the Mr. Frog episode.
Yeah. It being episode 2 in season 2 was kind of a coincidence. It being episode 2 in season 3, it's like, okay, now it's a pattern.
Yeah, but I don't think it was a coincidence even in season 2, at least not to the people making the damn thing.
Yeah, totally.
But yes, I believe it's the post-credit scene where we go back to the Smiling Friends office, and Charlie is telling both Alan and Glep, now listen guys, his face is still really pretty fucked up, so please don't draw any attention to it. In comes Pim with a cane, his face swollen, he looks super fucked up, and everyone's like, oh, hey Pim. And Pim's like, hey guys, how bad does it look? Oh, you can barely notice. And then in comes Mr. Boss on his phone like, guys, did you just see Pim post a new picture of himself on Facebook? He's super fucked up. Oh.
To be honest, I thought this was what the pre-release clip was going to be about, where Pim gets his eye quote-unquote fixed.
Yeah, that's a goofy one.
Yeah, turns out that doesn't happen in the series.
Oh no! No, of course not. It was just a little joke to get people hyped up, being like, oh yeah, that would be silly.
Yeah, it would be silly, and it was very uncomfortable. Favorite gag from this episode?
There weren't really any gags, to be honest.
But
yeah, I'll say my favorite moment was the super serious, like minute and a half. It felt like a minute and a half long, which is quite long for a 10-minute episode. Monologue of Mr. Frog's father just being like, "You're a piece of shit. Get out. Don't come back."
Yeah. I think mine was probably the real reaction of Charlie trying to help Pim after getting roundhouse kicked, super out cold.
And it was so out the fucking blue too, because Mr. Frog didn't even throw any moves in the ring.
No, he didn't.
I will say this does also come after the fact that he's got like the fucking Ultimate Fighting Championship medal and trophy, and it continues Charlie's trend of like, hey, if you don't want it, I'll have it.
Yeah, and it's just round his neck at that time as well.
Yeah.
This is also after, like, earlier on in the episode, this Mr. Frog just pulls Pim's eye out and puts it back in.
Yeah, he does do that. Mr. Frog's horrible.
He is. Yeah, Pim just doesn't react. Episode 3, Mole Man.
This is a highlight of the series.
Yeah, this is, I forget the guy's name. David Firth.
Don't know who that is.
Salad Fingers.
Oh, yes. Now you've said that, I even hear it.
Yeah. Oh, he does this voice the entire time, doesn't he?
Oh, did you get a glimpse of my horribly deformed penis?
Yes. It turns out his penis is actually quite nice.
If you believe Alan, it looks quite yummy.
Yeah, it looks quite yummy.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, this episode starts pretty much, goes from 0 to 100 real quick with the break room more or less collapsing and Charlie and Pym tied to some chairs. And a lot of, just this episode just doesn't stop. It is really just like hit after hit after hit.
Yeah. He basically wants to make some OC fan scenarios with himself.
Yeah, do you feel like this might be the creators having a bit of a jab at a certain part of the fan base?
A little bit. Yeah, stop trying to write our scripts for us. We're better at it. Go away.
No one seriously writes scripts thinking that they'll be like, yes, this would be canon now.
Yeah. But yes, the Mole Man is always covering up his penis with his hand. As far as we can see, but quite often takes the hand away for it to be seen by other people in the show.
There's like a usually 20-second long segment where he goes ha 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 ha, ha and just keeps switching hand, and it's like, you sure you can't see it? It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. We also get to see the fake Charlie and Pym that he's already made and has been acting out his fantasies with until he got the real Charlie and Pym.
Yeah, very creepy. We do get the backstory explanation as to why he's so obsessed, though, is because he's lived under the Smiling Friends office for pretty much since it was made. And at the beginning he hated it, and then he grew to love it, and then he longed for it. Do you think this is also like a little bit of not a dissection, but like a glimpse at just like, you know what, parasocial relationships aren't good, specifically with like viewers, with streamers, for example?
Yeah, like I think that's actually a pretty astute observation. That it's a way of showing that a viewer that is so familiar with the subject matter and the performers and everything that they feel like the performer should know them. It's a real problem.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a weird fucking jump here, so bear with me. But like, it's more of a problem in like Japan, because they've had this problem since forever with idols. Yes.
Like I think Kiara had to kick someone in the chest because he thought that her not saying no to "Will you marry me" was her saying yes. So he was like the look of betrayal on his face because he legitimately thought that she was just as much in love with him as he was with her when he climbed up onto the stage.
You know what? That's a super serious moment and super fucked up in all manner of ways. But the way you described it, I'm just picturing Kiara as Scar. Long
live the king.
Yeah. And I know I shouldn't be, because that's a super serious fucking thing to happen and shouldn't occur full goddamn stop. But boy, is that a funny mental image.
This was before Hololive days as well, by the way. This was when she was like still performing as an idol. When she would have been super young at the time as well. But like up on stage, and yeah, guy climbed up on stage and she just kicked him in the chest.
I mean, the question then becomes, where the fuck was her security?
Yeah,
like that's their job. And I'm not being funny. Fucking weird weeaboo idol fans aren't the most intimidating of folk, unless they've got a knife or something. In which case, yeah, you should probably be a bit concerned. And the reason why I bring that up is there's plenty of horror stories, but the most infamous one is the you'll have to forgive me because I don't know names, but a guy tracked down an idol that he was obsessed with based on the reflection in her iris in a picture for a surprise meet and greet, and then stabbed her.
Oh yeah.
Like this sort of behaviour's fucked up, and it's easy to say that when you're an observer looking in, but I honestly don't think the people who exhibit these sort of behaviours, like Mr. Mole Man, for example, to take a less serious example because it's a fucking cartoon, don't realise how fucked up they are. And that's a problem that society really needs to try and fix, but the government's too busy trying to ban pornography rather than, stop people from getting cyber stalked and harassed.
Yeah. So after after all of this shallow dive into the dark side of entertainment, one of the better episodes.
Yeah, it's a really fun episode. I think, like, the fact that Alan and Glep get sent on a Smiling Friends mission, it's like, oh, cool, I guess you guys can officially be Smiling Friends. And Alan's just like, I thought we already were.
Yes, were we not already?
And
so Alan and Glep need to go and see Maureen.
yeah, this is too real. The fucking kids being little shits.
Yeah, the kids are little shits. Maureen's a single working mom, and she's got nothing in her life until the finale of Mole Man pops up in her house, and she likes his penis.
Do you know what the really funny thing is? Is that there are actual stories of creepy fucking internet incel type people immediately being cured once they fucking meet someone.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that a bunch of people should, like, sacrifice themselves to cure inceldom. That's fucked up on another level. But I'm just saying, it's like, it's almost as if, you give people a chance to socially interact with others rather than wallow in their self-pity. Maybe that's something we should be trying to prioritize as a society.
Yeah, helping people break the self-feedback loop of despair,
It's not just a self-feedback loop, though, is it? The problem is that they'll go to places like, I'm going to name drop 4chan as an example, but pick any fucking social media. 4chan's just the easy target of just like, yeah, man, girls don't want to talk to me, so clearly they're the problem. It's like, dude, how do you interact with girls? Well, I open doors for them and then they should fuck me. And it's like, oh, dude, I think I see the problem.
Yeah. Oh, I learned a word this week and I hate it. Foid.
Dude, what the fuck, what?
It's a shortening of femaleoid, or femoid, which is femaleoid, because it's even more dehumanizing than calling women females.
Okay, where did you learn this word?
It was in a Peter explained the joke. What does this meme mean?
Okay.
And yeah, it's a manosphere thing of dehumanizing women, first of all by calling them females, then femoid, and then shortening it to foid, and it's awful.
I don't really, nothing else to say to that, really. But there really is a big problem of, like, they're incels are the fucking worst, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but,
they are.
But you've got these people who generally think that there's, like, a magical, invisible, like, stamp card that you'd get at, like, Cafe Nero of, like, you do 10 good things for someone and now they owe you sex.
Yeah.
Which is not how anything works. Oh, jeez. But yeah, I would highly recommend not looking up anything to do with that community, but being aware that it exists, because it is worrying.
This is true. Weirdly enough, so I would say this is the best episode of the season for me. I would say if you're going to watch one episode ever of the entire series, this is not the one to pick, because it does refer a lot on your enjoyment of the Smiling Friends in general, as the backdrop for how Mr. Moleman is behaving.
I think I agree entirely with what you just stated. Like, I've got nothing to add to that particular statement. Let's get back to the episode. Man, Mr. Boss had a real hard breakdown, didn't he?
Yeah.
Allegedly spending the entire day doing that stupid fucking dance.
And Glep just painting Warhammer.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Even was just a space marine.
What happened in here? There was a big noise. And he just starts using his Warhammer to reenact the shit that happened.
Yeah, I do. I will say, like, Glep is not the most entertaining character for me personally, but it is really funny when he just goes, habada, dabada, give it here, there.
The floor collapsed, and Pim and Charlie fell down into it.
It's very much like that's got to be taking a piss at a lassie, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's taking the piss out of anyone where you've got a one-sided conversation and the one side just repeats the things that the other side said to make it into a two-sided conversation.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, like when you hear someone on the phone and you go, "What's that?" Blah, 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 blah. I think Mr. Peanut Butter does it all the time, doesn't he?
I don't know. It's been a minute. I need to rewatch that series.
Yeah.
Listen, I know why he turned up, because Zach is obsessed with the man. But boy, was I really surprised to get a wrestling cameo in our in our Smiling Friends.
Oh-ho.
It's a very obvious wrestling cameo if you know who the guy is. But and weirdly enough, it's a little bit awkward given the fact that he is from Minnesota and there's some horrible things happening there right now. In fact, he's commented on it and said some very insightful things, and you should probably look that up if you're interested. But anyway, Jesse the Body Ventura Now, I want to point out, it wasn't actually Jesse Ventura, it was just Zach doing a voice, but he does a pretty good impression. The annoying thing about Jesse Ventura is a lot of people could do his voice really well.
Sure. He shows up as a puppet, doesn't he?
He does. He shows up as a puppet in Charlie's mind while he's thinking of how to break out of the bonds. And by the way, it's at that moment he realises, Pim, these aren't even tied. But yeah, the reason, for those of you who don't know who Jesse Ventura is, he's a wrestler from the 80s. I absolutely adore him. He's the wrestler who tried to unionise wrestling and then Hulk Hogan stabbed him in the back.
Yeah.
Because Jesse Ventura went to Hollywood and therefore joined the Actors Guild and therefore went, oh shit, being in the union rocks, we should do this for wrestling.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was not to be. But yeah, the reason why Zach is obsessed with him is, the unfortunate reality is, Jesse Ventura makes a lot of good points, and I respect a lot of his points. He is, however, a conspiracy theorist like you would not believe.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He believes in lizard people. He's that type of... that's that far gone. He's not a flat earther, thank fuck. But, you know, lizard people was pretty much the go-to insane conspiracy theory before that.
Yeah, everything else in Inside Job, basically.
Oh, God, yeah. He used to have an entire TV show on... literally on conspiracy theories, and like he was basically a non-stoner version of Joe Rogan.
Yeah. I think Mr. Boss ends up doing his happy dance until the end of the episode as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, Alan and Glep bring Charlie and Pim and go, look, Charlie and Pim are alive, and he's just going, and he's out of breath as well while he's still dancing and not doing anything else. It's a good touch. I enjoyed it.
But yeah, favourite gag?
It's a tough one in this episode because I don't know if this was the best episode, but it was the funniest episode.
Yeah. The funniest in general. I don't know if there's any particular single gag that I can point to. I think you pulled it out earlier, the one where he goes hep, 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 where he's teasing the reveal of the penis.
That is pretty funny. I'll follow that up with a 1-2 combo of like the end reveal of like, actually that penis was fine, it looked okay, and then just Alan being the weirdo of the group, just being like, it looked yummy.
Yep.
Because it came so out the fucking blue as well, that it just made it 10 times funnier to me.
Yeah, Alan showing once again that he's the best one.
I don't know how much of that it looks yummy is just funny because it's Alan's cadence saying it.
Totally.
Oh, and we did gloss over another gag which I enjoyed. It's when Charlie wakes up in Mole Man's grasp and he just looks around and goes, "Oh, am I in hell again?" Yeah, that's a nice little
because Charlie has been to hell. He did die and doesn't come back, as opposed to, as it says in season 1.
Yeah, which the implication, if that is correct, then that means the Charlie we currently have is not the same Charlie from season 1.
Yeah. Or it is the same one as from season 1, but you know, he came out of hell, so it's a different body, but the same guy.
Could be.
Season 3, episode 4, Curse of the Green Halloween Witch.
I love this episode. It is my second favourite episode.
Yeah, this is just a bunch of shit that could happen if you don't pay the Halloween lady.
I will say, the episode started off strong because Mr. Boss's reaction to stop motion is, I shit you not, I'm pretty sure my reaction to stop motion the first time I saw it.
Yeah, it's just, I love stop motion. Can we do that? Can we keep doing that?
That's kind of the beauty of stop motion as well, is that anyone could do it. Obviously, if you're starting out and you're just fucking around, it's not going to look like Nightmare Before Christmas, don't get me wrong, but you can do it. I remember there was a really fun stop motion animation on YouTube, fuck knows how long ago, where it was just 2 beach chairs walking around, and then they went into a shed, the shed moved a little bit, and then they came out, and then a third smaller beach chair joined them, and it's like, oh, that's funny, and the whole thing's like 20 seconds long, but knowing anything about stop motion, it probably took like a couple of days, if not weeks, to do.
Yeah, like, anyone can make it, but it takes time.
Oh, yes.
And if you want to do it quickly, money.
Yeah. Or you could be Aardman and just be like, we don't care that this looks like shit. We're doing it anyway. I'm very specifically talking about the very first Wallace and Gromit, because as much as I enjoy it, boy, does it look rough.
Yeah, like, you can see the thumbprints on Wallace's head. It's great.
It's very funny.
Yeah, like, his head just changes shape frame by frame.
But, you know, they needed to get it done, and they couldn't afford a different head for every single motion.
Yeah, and it adds to it kind of adds to the charm, and it tells other stop motion wannabes that it's okay for your first iteration to look like this.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? The first time you do anything, it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. No, every single time, every time you start something new, it's going to be poor. Look at episode 1 of the Nonsense Review.
Yeah. Look at my introduction.
I wasn't specifically going to point to that part, but
yeah.
The only way to learn and improve your craft is to keep doing it. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent I wasn't really planning on going on, but like, fuck it, we mentioned Wallace and Gromit.
We did. Apparently Spider Alan is just a thing that just exists in the world.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but it's also not a problem because the problem is dealt with in this episode.
Yeah. Spoiler, the end of the episode is, this is what could happen if you don't pay me, because the whole episode is just an imagined spot from the Green Witch's seeing orb globe.
Yeah, so the thing about this episode is, like, it's a proper fucking horror fest for the entire episode, and then they put all the jokes in the last minute.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know for a fact, Rick, because you've told me before, you have a teeth thing. So I know there's one scene in this particular episode that probably freaked you out.
Yeah, teeth and eyes.
Yeah. Speaking of stop motion, it almost looked like claymation when they did the droopy stuff with Charlie.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, I do like when they open the door for the witch at the beginning of the episode. Mr. Boss is just holding a fucking baseball bat and like, we have a problem here?
Yeah. And apparently, Pym goes insane.
To be fair, I'd also get very annoyed if I offered to pay a dime to the witch to make her fuck off, and then later on in the episode, when all the bad stuff has happened, I have melting Charlie going, "Why didn't you give it a dime, Pym?"
Yeah, and Pym strangles him to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he kills Al and Gleb and Mr. Boss, and even the janitor.
We do have a moment early on where Charlie pins Gleb down to the table and just goes, "The power of Christ compels you." That was a bit weird.
Yeah. Charlie being like a super Christian just comes up now and again, doesn't it?
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's like he's not super Christian. He's like one of those casual Catholics, which, if you don't know anything about the Catholic Church, is good enough.
Yeah. Like, if you show up to, St. Patrick's Day parade and pay for your confessions, that's good enough.
Well, Dara O'Brien's got a great joke about it, where he's an atheist, but as far as the Catholic Church is concerned, he's still Catholic. But he goes on to, if you join the Catholic Church, you're Catholic for life. You can join the Taliban, and you will merely be considered a bad Catholic.
Yep.
But yeah, there's some great bits in this episode, and I've got to wonder, does the Pyramid Head cameo count as a parody? Because that must have cost money otherwise.
I'm guessing so. Oh, it turns out they brought out a new Silent Hill movie, and it's one of the lowest rated things on Rotten Tomatoes.
I didn't even know that existed, but the Smiling Friends, the Silent Hill movies have never rated high.
Yeah, well, this is like the second movie, but it's the one that's like legitimately got Pyramid Head on the front.
Yeah, but the first movie had like Sean Bean in it, fuck's sake.
Fair enough.
Like, they had a proper cast and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, do you have a favourite gag this time?
Well, before we get to the favourite gag, should we just go for the string of gags at the end? Because we got the reveal that it was all a crystal ball vision, but it's just like, and that's what will happen if you don't give me the dime. And we just cut to Mr. Boss putting her in a chokehold, proper going for it, and just like, you had enough? Tap out. And she does. And she's got
this. She fucks off.
But the way she screams before she runs away is very funny.
Yeah.
We get Spider Alan showing up. He then gets run over by a car, and then a giant skeleton flies into the shot, and Mr. Boss goes, "I got you, you son of a bitch," and javelins him. Cuts to Charlie just going, "Was that supposed to be funny?" And then more cars just come out and start fucking hitting Mr. Boss. It's like, everyone get inside, and then we get the parting jump scare of the skeleton showing back up again. And that one really fucking annoyed me, because I'm like, they're lingering on this scene for too long. There's going to be a jump scare, and it still got me because I'm a bitch.
Yep, and then the skeleton popped out.
And the post-credit scene for this fucking episode is the funniest.
Yeah, it's the witch goes home to her husband, and the husband is a normal guy. But is it okay if you can? Is it still okay if you can suck it tonight? I mean, you said you would before. Is that still okay? You know what? Never mind. It's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. You've been. It's been a lot. You've been through a lot. I love you, baby. Yeah, that's my favourite gag of the episode.
I don't think it's not my favourite gag because it's like, fuck you, she's a piece of shit and deserved what she got. Second of all, he's a piece of shit, she's in tears, don't ask her to suck your dick.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's very funny. It's even funnier that he's just a normal dude and then you've got this evil, green, disgusting creature that must have come from the Enchanted Forest.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, as far as favourite gags go, like Mr. Boss, just no hesitation, putting the witch in a chokehold is the funniest visual of the show.
Yep. You want to tap out? Yep.
But like, he's surprisingly nice because as soon as she taps out, he does just let go of the hold, so you can't even have a go at him, really.
Yeah. Next one. I mean, do you have anything more to add on this one?
Nah, not really.
Yeah. Next one. Pim and Charlie save Mother Nature.
This is one of those episodes that again has a random moment of rotoscoping.
Yeah.
And it's for the weirdest thing ever because it's when Mr. Boss just high fives Pim because he said he liked Super Monkey Ball. Why did they rotoscope this?
Yeah. I took a little break between episodes when I was watching it for the first time, so this is the one that was like the one before I took the break, and then I watched the other ones after this, so this is the one that weirdly I remember the least.
I also don't remember a lot from this because I've got to be honest with you, it's kind of a nothing episode. But you know, it was fine, it was entertaining enough. Obviously we've got the two plots going on. Charlie goes for a walk, and by a walk he's trying to find some secret gold, which by the way doesn't exist, but whatever. They meet Mothman.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Mothman is a real cryptid, and if you... I say a real cryptid. Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, so it's in the... not only is it in the list of cryptids in, like, the SCPs, but it's also one, like, the Beast of Bodmin, that it's like one that there is... documented quote-unquote evidence of him existing in the real world and not just, it's Slenderman.
Yeah, so what Mothman is it's a giant moth-type creature, and depending on what account you go for, depends on what he looks like. And he pretty much lives entirely in North America. That's his hunting ground. And the legend goes that if you see Mothman, a disaster is about to happen. So there's always reports of sightings of him immediately after some kind of disaster.
Yeah.
I do like that, however, that in the Smiling Friends world, in this wacky world of wacky creatures, he's just a dude with moth wings walking around in his underpants.
Yeah. This one reminds me a lot of the Rotten episode to a degree.
The Rotten episode?
Yeah, the one where the snowman comes to
yes.
life and then becomes the ocean.
Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense because the Mother Nature and stuff is kind of animated in the same style, with the stop motion type style.
Yeah, you got a stop motion thing that becomes basically an eldritch force of nature, because Mother Nature is the eldritch force of nature in this world.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You got to clean up the filth.
And Charlie accidentally is responsible for the murder of Mothman.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: don't tell secrets next to narcs because they immediately get dobbed in to Mother Nature, and Mother Nature's wrath tries to kill Charlie and Pim. And the comparison to Rotten is really apt because they kill Mother Nature, and it's like, and much like the end of the episode of with Rotten, it's just like, wait, so does that mean he's the entire ocean now, or just that specific part of it? And it's like, they even asked the question of just like, shit, is the world fucked now because we destroyed Mother Nature? And it's like, it's probably fine.
Yep. It kills all the rest of her minions, at least.
Yeah.
Sauron style. But yeah, we don't know if the world's fucked.
So the thing here as well is that while that's going on, we get Mr. Boss trying to bond with Alan, and Alan is just like, I'm here to work. And Mr. Boss is like, we're on vacation. And there are too many people in this world who act like Alan.
Yeah, and also the Mr. Boss's Wi-Fi password, I hate Alan58.
Yeah, I don't really... That just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mr. Boss is, I think, making hot dogs or something, and he offers one to Alan, and Alan's like, no, I don't want to hang out. And Mr. Boss storms off after having that impassioned speech, and he's kind of in tears. And Alan just talks to Glep and just goes, was I out of line? And Glep in English just goes, yeah. That's so fucking out of left field.
Yeah, it's like one of the only times that Glep says something that's intelligible. It's just, yeah.
But yeah, Alan starts hanging out with Mr. Boss while,
Yeah. So, do you have a...
I will just say one
gag?
last thing, is I do like the synopsis for this episode.
It's the friggin' title, bro. It's in the friggin' title, brother. Read that and you'll get an idea of what happens. Peace.
Yeah, it's so good. But also, like, how many times is the title and synopsis just incorrect?
Yeah.
Including this time.
Yeah, they do the opposite. Do you have a favourite gag?
I think it's when Charlie and Pym first meet Mothman, and it's just this dude, loser, who's like, do you guys want an autograph or a picture or something? And they're like, nah, we're good, bro.
Yeah, true.
How about you?
I think it's the cookie saga. When Mr. Boss's cookies are ready, he gets out of his underpants into his pajamas, and then afterwards, Alan is licking the cookie crumbs off his stomach.
Yeah, Alan does a lot of weird stuff.
He does. And this episode is no different. Next one, Squim returns.
I fucking hate this episode, but mostly just because it's a weird one.
Meanwhile, Squim is beautifully animated for such a disgusting version of what he is.
He looks a lot like Pac-Man, and I don't know why.
He does. Well, because he's yellow and round.
No, I mean, I don't know why they decided to make him look like Pac-Man. I can see why the design is... don't need to be quite so condescending, you prick.
There's also a weird episode of The Simpsons in here.
I'm still a little bit bothered about you trying to describe why the Pac-Man looking character looks like Pac-Man, even though I described him as Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay much attention to this, but yeah, it's like The Simpsons, but they're kind of like a weird blue.
Yeah, and Homer eats Bart.
Gross.
Blart Glimpson, apparently. Boy.
I do remember, like, at the end of it, they take the piss a bit by saying, like, I think it's Pym, who's just like, even after like 1 million seasons, it's still funny.
Yeah, because they were already on like season 500 as well when it was. The season 500 was Mr. Frog, wasn't it? But yeah, The Simpsons is just after 1 million seasons.
I do also want to do a special shout out to myself in that this is the episode in which my current Discord avatar is from.
Yeah, the cursed front on picture of Charlie.
Yeah, just after he gets away with phoning in sick.
Yep, and I think we've all done that at least once.
At my job at Fort Park, I phoned in sick all the goddamn time because I hated that job and hated everyone I worked with because they were all dickheads. So I was phoning in sick all the time, even though I wasn't. Whereas at my current job, I don't really do that.
Yeah, I remember once getting a toy and basically calling in sick to school because I wanted to play with my toy.
That's different. That's school. Also, how did you fucking get away with it? You must have faked to your parents that you were sick.
Yeah, I think I actually did have diarrhea, but I faked the severity thereof.
I'm just imagining like the old school joke of like, actually you always had diarrhea, so it wasn't that big of an issue.
Yeah, I poo pants. Oh.
Yeah, no, school is a different beast to work, because pulling a sickie from work, you've got to actually go through with it. Going back to Fort Park, this is how long ago it was since I worked at Fort Park, and therefore don't give a fuck about burning bridges. I actually did skive off work for about a week when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out.
Well, that's pretty apt, because this is, Grand Strategy 4.
Yeah, and it appears to just be like an over-glorified Clash of Clans.
Yeah. And this is why you don't add your boss on Steam.
Well, it's also Charlie's fault for not being invisible.
Yeah.
Also,
true.
I do take slight umbrage with this, because you can be sick and still play video games. There's this weird fucking like Puritan aura of like, if you're too sick to work, you're too sick to do anything.
Yeah, like if you're too sick to do anything, then you should be also too sick to watch TV.
Which, I've been that level of sick, but it's like last time I was off work was like my most recent bout of like I couldn't fucking do anything. Like just getting out of bed, I was like huffing and puffing and couldn't breathe. That's not good. But before that, I wasn't even sick. It was my back problem where I couldn't walk, and it's like so I shouldn't watch TV or play video games, even though I'm perfectly fine to do that. I just can't walk.
Yeah, I remember my the one time that I basically my ear went and I couldn't like balance at all. I couldn't play video games. I couldn't hold my head up straight enough, long enough. So that was what made it real.
Like, I don't think people fully appreciate how fucking fucked up you can be when you're sick, and I think that comes from mostly younger people, because when you get sick when you're in your 30s plus, it like hits you like twice as hard.
Yeah. But yeah, Glep goes to a convention.
He's just like Yugi, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like he's like Yami Yugi and like every other like shonen protagonist, whereas Alan is magical girl princess.
Yeah, we're jumping forward a little bit here because it's the post-credit scene, but the post-credit scene in this episode in particular made me super uncomfortable.
I forgot about this. What's the post-credit in this one?
It's literally Glep and Alan at the convention. They're just sitting at a table fucking around on their phones while they eat some con food, and there's a really fat, morbidly obese man who talk. You know that voice people do to do fat people where they're breathing after every word. And
Excuse me.
He's just like, he didn't need to do it. And he says, I love you, to Alan, and Alan's like, that's nice. And it's like, will you go out with me? And it's just like, ew, no. And then he lunges over the table trying to kiss Alan, and it's just really like, oh.
Yeah. Stop. I love you, please. I really love you. I really love you. Stop it.
It's fucking horrible, because it's horrible because while I've never seen it that extreme at cons, it's one of the reasons why I leave cosplayers alone, because it's like, you see people being more comfortable with people than they should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Specifically at cons, and it's not nice to see. And it's also like, it reminds me of like 5 cons ago, where was it 5 cons ago? Fuck it, I don't know. It's when Amphibia was relatively new, and I saw a bunch of girls cosplaying as the main trio. And I was like, that's really cool. I'm going to ask them for a photo. Took one step towards them and went, hang on a minute, I'm pretty sure they're all like 15, and that's weird. So I'm going to step back and not ask for a photo.
Yeah. But that said, asking is always good. I did my best to ask for every photo that I took whenever I was at a con and I saw something cool.
Like, the only
tends not to happen as much anymore.
The only exception to the rule of taking photos at cons, in my opinion, is if you're taking just like a picture of the con hall.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to ask freaking everyone there.
No, it'd be a pain in the arse. It's unrealistic. But the thing that bugs me at these days, because I see it quite often, is people at artist stalls taking pictures of the fucking art.
Yeah,
and it's
that was a bother.
It's just like, fucking, it's not expensive, and you can afford a ticket here. Just buy a piece of art instead of taking a picture, you dickhead.
Yeah.
You think it would be common sense, that's all I'm saying.
You would, however, con goers tend to skew into the more socially inept pie.
Well, you say that, but everyone I've ever met at a convention has been perfectly pleasant.
Okay, but those are the ones that you can speak to.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah, the ones that are not quite as verbal are the ones that are the ones that take the piss out of.
No, but the problem is the person in this is verbal. They're just wrong.
Yeah.
They approach someone they don't know, and they're like, "You're hot. Can I kiss you?" That's, I know it's an exaggerated situation, but it's not nice. Especially the way he tries to lunge over the table.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Squid.
Sure. I was going to say, apparently Lord Michael at the con is Michael Cusack's OC.
Don't remember a Lord Michael.
He's the one that looks really super stereotypically anime with a spiked shoulder.
Well, here's the thing, Rick, is the only thing I remember is the post-credit scene, which is Alan and Gleb at the table getting molested.
Yeah. Squim seems to be animated with like 2 or 3 times the frame rate of anything else.
Yeah, he's very fluid, isn't he?
He is. But yeah, as Charlie is gone, Pym needs a partner, and rather than pairing up Alan or Glep with him because they're off to the convention, Mr. Boss calls in Squim.
Yeah, who's the first smiling friend. Yeah.
Even though we find out later that Glep has been there since the beginning.
Yeah, but Glep doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's the first smiling friend he hired, whereas Glep appears to be like part owner, which makes a lot of the weirdness of the Glep ep a bit weirder, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the mission is to go into go to the sewer and sort out an argument between Mr. Maggot and Mr. Rat, and it's very disgusting, but Squim somehow solves it by... Mike, I sent you a meme when this episode came out of like when you're that hyper positive autistic person and you meet someone who's 1% more autistic than you, and it's just Pym glaring at Squim.
Yeah. Just Pym just being like defeated and just kind of getting stun locked by Squim being Squim.
Yeah, to be fair though, Squim crosses a line with the licking of the dead wife portrait.
Yeah. And we get to see, like, even in this one, like the downside of things being solved in a hyper positive way is that apparently the universe conspires to thwart your positive outcome.
Well, it's a bit of a different problem than that, isn't it? Because the problem is literally toxic positivity is what Squim is embodying, or at least that's my takeaway. Because he gets mad at the ice cream shop owner for being a little bit upset looking at his wife's portrait and being like, yeah, we miss her. And he wasn't even being particularly depressing. It was a weirdly, like, sweet reminiscing, but it wasn't positive enough for Squim. So he had to do the Squim dance and lick portraits. And it's like, get the fuck out of here, you weird little gremlin.
Yeah, because, like, the ice cream man basically had a smile on his face while he was reminiscing. He was sad but smiling, you know?
Yeah, some might say melancholy.
Yeah. And sad but smiling is still smiling.
Yeah, and also they weren't hired to help him. They just went there for ice cream. He didn't need help. He was dealing with a tragic event in a relatively healthy manner.
Yes. But yeah, Pym gets the... Pym really does get the message that everything he thought he wanted of someone super positive to work with, who's positive like him, is exactly not what he needs, because, Squim's toxic positivity, as you say, is the source of every problem in this episode, and there's probably a reason why he's an ex-smiling friend.
Well, it's sort of implied that he snapped on the job, and he wasn't always quite like this.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, let's cut to the B plot, I suppose, of, you alluded to it earlier, where Mr. Boss sees Charlie playing his new video game, and he's like, you better get to work or you're fucking fired, you rat! He gets really fucking sinister over this shit, but yeah, Charlie drags himself out of bed, and we get this really horrible, disgusting scene on the bus.
Yeah, where Charlie goes from being... pretending to be sick to being actually sick because he eats something from Parasite Kebab.
He eats a Parasite Kebab.
Yeah.
That's what the dish is called. But yeah, he throws up on the bus, and despite all the gross, disgusting, over-the-top shit already happening on the bus, that's what causes everyone to freak out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's super hot, so he strips off and he starts walking through the town, and because we see someone who's clearly going through a mental health crisis, even though it's triggered by bad sushi, effectively, the police respond how they should always respond when there's a mental health crisis going on, and that's by drawing guns at the problem.
Yep.
And they sort of surround Charlie, but thankfully Squim saves the day by being so crazy that they decide to shoot him, and we see his ghost ascend to heaven, only for that to get shot as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get to cut to the hospital where Charlie's recovered, and there's the gnarliest looking parasite in a jar, and the doctor, who I think is the same doctor from the first episode, the Silly Samuel one, has the parasite in the jar, and he just goes, would you like to keep this? And Charlie's like, no. Can I keep it? Sure. And he just fucking cradles the jar, looks at the disgusting parasite, and he just says to it through the jar, you are so fucked. You don't know how fucked you are. And some sinister stuff is implied.
Yep. But yeah, like, Charlie gets vindicated by actually being sick by the time he got to work, and also the fact that he did actually make it to work, and that's what Mr. Boss really respects.
He doesn't actually make it to work, but he made such an honest attempt to it that Mr. Boss is like, fine, I'll forgive you, you don't lose your job. By the way, here's Squim, and it's just his ghost in a wheelchair, he's clearly coked out of his fucking mind. He just goes, hello.
Yeah, they did pretty well to do surgery on a ghost.
Yeah. And Charlie asks the honest question of, like, who's this guy? And then Mr. Boss has to do that really awkward explaining of, like, oh, yeah, it's a whole thing. He's, like, the first smiling friend, and, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, do you have a favourite gag this time?
I genuinely think it has to go to the doctor telling the parasite how fucked it is.
Yeah.
It's such a funny bit, but, again, this is another episode which is incredibly entertaining, but I can't remember laughing that much at it.
Exactly. It's exactly what you say. It's entertaining rather than funny,
which is fine.
Yeah, and I think that's generally this season in general. It was there to entertain rather than to get laughs as much as some of the earlier stuff.
Yeah. How about you? Favorite gag?
I'll be honest. It probably was the convention.
What, 5-second end credit scene?
Yeah, it's just like, I love you, and Alan being really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know how you can get enjoyment from that, but hey ho, we're different people.
Nah, let's be honest. It was the thing that ended up as your profile picture of Charlie thinking he's gotten away with it.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I love that fucking picture, man. I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, and it's like a tenth of a second. Like, you really have to freeze frame on that to get that picture.
Like, the funniest thing about it to me is, like, you're the only person I know who watches that show other than me.
Yeah.
So to everyone else, it's just a horrible looking image for no reason.
Yeah, just a weird yellow fella. Next one, Schmogoogles.
This episode was great, and I think is my favourite of the series.
Yes, this is Smurfs.
They're absolutely Smurfs. They even have a fucking Smurfette.
Yeah, they have Smurfette, and what was it? It's Schmogooglette, and the person that they have to go and help is Gargamel, essentially.
They don't have to help Gargamel. They're there to help the Schmoogies.
Yeah, they're there to help the Schmogoogles, but they end up helping Gargamel.
She's called Princess Schmaloogie.
Yeah.
But yeah, they arrive at the village, and Charlie just straight up says to Pim, "This seems like much more of your adventure, so I'm just going to go to, like, Wawa. Do you want anything?"
Yeah, it very definitely is one of the Pim adventures, because this is basically just it's not really a retread of the Lord of the Rings animation Super Forest episode, where it's basically a Pim episode that Charlie has to do, but this is like what would happen if you let Pim do that episode.
Oh, we did skip over something slightly, because there's a new character introduced at the beginning who's a really hideous looking cartoon character, and it's Mr. Boss just being like, "Hey, do you guys want to watch Clerks later? We're getting one of the guys who directed it to starred in it to sit in with us," and they get like a non-committal answer, and the new guy is just like, "What, do they not like Clerks or something?" And Mr. Boss just has to explain, like, no, I'm sure it's cool. Mr. Boss always seems so sad whenever they refuse to do things with him.
He does. Yeah, and the guy as his live action self disappear in the stinger.
Yeah, the stinger's that, and he says, "Oh, so the interesting thing about this shot is," and Mr. Boss just says, yeah, I kind of want to listen, and turns the TV up. It's so fucking like, why have you even got him in there if you're going to ignore him?
Yep. Yeah. The wizard is killing the Schmogoogles to create some kind of hair elixir because he is going the bald.
Rick, how much did you empathise with this wizard?
I did not know about the what is it, the Mackenzie scale or something that he talks about.
Oh, this has to be some incel shit, because I've never heard of it either.
Turns out it's real.
It's a real scientific scale. It's not like made up by people who are just bitter.
Well, it's everything's made up.
That's a real great way of saying, yeah, there's no science behind this. Okay, continue.
Oh yeah, it's male pattern baldness in different stages, and the fact that people have given it like numerical stages is made up as hell. But yeah, male pattern baldness tends to go that way. You end up with the Vegeta hairline, and then you get the spall spot, and then you get the toilet seat, and then you get bald.
It's one of those things where I get it. If you're personally balding and you're worried about it, that's your own hill to struggle. But my point of view has always been like you don't have any control over it, so why give a fuck?
Yeah.
So, also, no, oh god damn, we've got a mutual friend of ours who he doesn't listen to this podcast, so it doesn't matter. But not too long ago, he quote unquote shaved his head, but he didn't do it well enough. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Is like he shaved it because he was like he had a bit of a bald spot, and no one really gave a fuck but him, and that's fine. But he shaved his head, but he didn't shave it all the way, so he wasn't bald, which made the bald spot look worse because all the hair around it is shorter. And when I met up with him after he shaved his head, I went, "Oh, bro, you fucked up. You should have. If you're gonna do that, shave it. Don't do this half-ass bullshit."
Yeah, proper wax it, yeah.
Anyway, then he started wearing a hat, and I felt a bit bad, but at the same time, someone needed to tell him. I was just like, either leave it alone or shave it. Don't do this half-ass crap.
Leave it alone, George.
Jeez, yeah, but I really like the wizard in this because he's clearly meant to be Gargamel, and anyone who's ever watched any Smurfs knows that Gargamel's motivations at best have been wishy-washy because it always changes.
Yeah. Gargamel's motivation is basically there because he's always been there.
Yeah.
And every iteration of the Smurfs has a Gargamel.
Yep.
And it's even weirder when they do a live-action one, and there's just the CGI Smurfs, and then there's this live-action normal guy who has to be a wizard who comes from wherever else, just going to normal live-action Paris.
Okay. I've never watched any of the 3D animated shit because, you know, when they came out, I wasn't 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, the wizard I appreciate just immediately blending the Shmalugi without fucking giving a fuck, and then trying to do the same with Pym, and only decides to believe him when he can't fit him into the juicer.
Yeah. He only tells Pym about his plot because he wasn't planning on letting him live.
This is true. But yeah, we get a fucking badass montage from Charlie, and Charlie showing off that when he talks about exercising, he does actually know what he's talking about. He just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
The scene of the buff fucking Shmalugis working out is very funny to me. I especially like the gymnast for no reason doing that really difficult routine.
And Charlie being able to like direct all of their chaotic energy into actually training.
Yeah, because they did just start beating the fuck out of each other, and it's like this is not productive. So much so that one guy pushed the easygoing Shmalugli. I'm gonna keep calling them different words every single time because they're silly.
But the Spagoigles,
yeah, he pushes over this one Shmalugi, and he bangs his head, and he starts frothing at the mouth, and that guy's dead.
Yep. And when they do the training, they eventually get rotoscoped.
Yeah, into big buff dudes.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were rotoscoped. I thought they were just 3D animated for this.
Yeah, they might have been.
But yeah, anyway, they invade the tower. Charlie gives the wizard an ultimatum of like, give Pym back and we'll leave it there. And the wizard's like, haha, you fell for you're all here and I want your blood. And he is actually a comfortable wizard because he managed to defend his tower for quite some time.
Yeah, he did.
And we get the infamous scene where they run up the stairs and Charlie is right behind Princess Shmalugu. Rick, the amount of photoshops of this scene on the subreddit was very funny.
Yeah. Yeah, dumb.
It was very silly, but very funny. But yeah, they get to the top of the tower, they pin the wizard, and the wizard says he'd rather die than reveal why he killed the Shmalugus.
Yeah. And when Pym gets the hug from Charlie, his foot goes up like a teenage girl.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. But yeah, they make peace between the wizard and the Shmalugus, even though the wizard has clearly killed many Shmalugus, but whatever. And then they go to Wawa.
Yeah, everyone gets dinner at Wawa.
Yeah. Which appears to be just like a 7-Eleven, but does hot food.
Yeah.
And King Shmalugu, when everyone's chilling and being quite cool, just goes, hey, I just wanted to say, I don't think it was very cool that what happened when you were storming the tower. You took a picture up skirt of Princess Shmalugu. And Charlie just goes, are you talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. It's like, well, not only did I not do that, I don't have my phone, and then empties all of his pockets. And King Shmalugu was a dick in this scenario.
He was. What a bastard.
And the thing that made me really laugh as well is the instant reaction of everyone there, including the wizard, who's still playing on his phone, who's sort of like, you did fucking what?
Yeah, it's so weird.
The annoying thing is like, listen, if you see someone doing something like that, yes, you should call it out. However, probably shouldn't do it in quite a public setting.
Yeah, totally. I have been guilty of not calling people out on things in the past, and I regret it.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, so, if you see something like that, yeah, you should probably confront people about it. Or, tell the person who's the victim so they know to, brace themselves against the fallout from it.
Well, again, I don't think that's necessarily the smartest thing to do because, again, in this instance, your eyes are perhaps playing tricks on you. Although, again, it's very much heavily implied in this scenario the king's just a dick and was trying to get Charlie in the shit for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those where it's there's an expression I heard a while ago where it's like, don't shout at me about it, take me to one side and whisper it in my ear.
Yeah.
If you're going to confront someone, you obviously it's easy saying that when you're someone like me who's 6 foot tall, has tattoos and looks scary even though I'm not. But it's something to consider, and you don't want to publicly embarrass people in case for some reason you might be wrong.
That said, all I could think of as soon as you said, don't shout at me, take me to one side, is Stella in Hell of a Boss going, well, don't Yell at me.
Okay, different scenario, different context, but okay.
Oh yeah, totally. So yeah, do you have a favourite gag this time?
Oh god, it's pretty difficult, but I really do. I wouldn't call it a gag, but I found it really funny. The one Shmalugi doing the gymnast routine that's meant to be really hard on the horse.
Yeah,
because I don't know why they added that to the montage, but it was really funny. It tickled me. It tickled my dumb sense of humour. Like I've told you before, how like the weirdest things tickle me. Like in when we go to the card shop with that mutual friend I was talking to you about, and he brings out his card shuffler and it's the loudest thing ever, and it always makes me laugh. And the only reason I find it funny is because it's loud.
Yep. And because, he can't shuffle his own cards, and he has to have specifically slightly smaller sleeves that are very snug to fit in the auto shuffler.
But I can't shuffle. I just do that thing where you put the cards out in 10 different piles and then boom, it's good enough. And I know it wouldn't be good enough if it was a tournament or something, but I'm just playing cards with my friend. Who gives a fuck? Yeah,
you rando pile and then you cut it 3 or 4 times and you're good to go.
Like, I can learn to shuffle if I wanted to. I've never had to,
Yeah, and shuffling 40, dead easy. Shuffling 60, bit harder. Shuffling 100, damn near impossible.
Well, in that case, you shuffle like 2 piles and then cut them like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, you shuffle 2 piles and you cut them, yeah. Meanwhile, my favourite gag from this is right at the beginning, where the boss, Mr. Boss, says, "Today you're dealing with schmagoogles." What is that? Just schmagoogles. This is all the information I've got. This is all I know. And it just feels like that's exactly what the voice actor was told. And he just ad-libbed that he doesn't know what the fuck, because all he has is the one fucking word.
I get you, man. It's also a bit of a callback to the joke in season 1 of like, it says here the Renaissance men are coming. It's like, what does that mean, Charlie? This is all the information I have, dude.
Yeah, and they come at the end. It's fine. And it also feels a bit like his conversation in the airport episode, where it felt completely ad-libbed.
Okay, it wasn't. But here's the thing: it wasn't ad-libbed, but they did insist on the voice actor like taking laps around his neighborhood while he was talking.
Yeah, he was like walking at the time to make the exasperation feel real.
Yeah, but, commitment to the bit, and they also had him record on a shitty phone mic.
Yeah, totally. And we get to the finale, the Glep Ep.
I'm really bothered they didn't call this the Glepisode.
I know, right?
Like, it's the only thing I could think about, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and it still bugs me. I think this is the weakest episode of the season, and it's definitely the weakest finale.
Yeah. It's the weakest finale. It's the weakest focus episode.
Yeah. So we learned some things about Glep, and again, it's. I wasn't even that entertained during this episode, to be honest. It wasn't for me. It was a lore drop episode in a show that doesn't normally give a fuck about lore.
Yeah, it does this as a finale, and it feels in no way like a finale.
Yeah, I get you. Although there might be a reason for that, because there are apparently 2 more episodes slated for release, according to the fan-run Wikipedia. But I don't know if that's just copium or a joke. I don't know. I've not looked into it.
Sure. Apparently Charlie, Allen, and Glep have a group chat that they just didn't invite Pim to.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's Pim.
Yeah, I can see there being dark humour that Pim wouldn't approve of.
Well, that's just it. It's like I could see them saying, like, we've got a friend who doesn't like us using certain words, and I tell him to fucking grow up about it. But, it's why I don't use certain words in that chat that includes them. But, for the most part, that's about my only adjustment. And it's like, if I enjoy a sense of humour that relies on certain types of jokes that I know would offend someone, I'll be like, cool, let's have a group chat without that person so I can share these jokes.
I guess. You
had a little chuckle there, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just I'm thinking of multiple different friends in multiple different groups that feel that same way.
Here's the thing, Rick. Is the most annoying thing is I kind of agree with their principle on a lot of their stances, but they're so fucking annoying and whiny about it that I don't want to.
I get it.
I don't think the person in question listens to the podcast, so it doesn't matter that I'm saying that.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we get the general back in time lore dump that Glep was the one who brought Mr. Boss round from his latest greatest failure multiple years ago, back when he had more hair.
Well, you see, this is the bit that actually I take a bit of umbrage with, because the start of the episode is Glep getting fired because Glep just doesn't do anything, and Mr. Boss thought that every time he stumbled upon him doing nothing, it was just him on a break.
Yeah.
But the beginning of the episode shows that Glep isn't really an employee so much as a business partner.
Yeah, so he's like a business partner, and also he does do things. He's the one who secured the house, the building in place.
That doesn't count. He did that because it interrupted his nap.
True.
But yeah, I don't know. This episode's kind of boring to me. What do we learn about Glep? We learn that he never found anywhere to actually fit in and have people to call his own. He caused the collapse of the Roman Empire. He caused the Black Plague, and he wasn't fun at parties.
Yeah, he was there for the founding of America as well, apparently.
Yeah, that's the bit I was referring to with like not good at parties.
Yeah. He's no Mr. Boss the longest.
And we're reminded that he has a smoking hot wife.
He does. He goes home to his smoking hot wife in his super cool race car.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, is like he's got nothing but disposable income, as well as the fact that he's probably loaded if he's been living since like fucking, 500 years.
Yeah, if you're that old and still broke, then you're a really shitty immortal.
Well, yes and no, the system's rigged.
True.
And also, like, the Great Depression has happened like several times.
This is true.
Including perhaps now. Anyway, we might be on the cusp of one.
It's not a depression, it's just everyone's depressed. Don't worry about it.
Sure, you keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But yeah, like the only part of the episode where I genuinely laughed at because it was like so horrible was like the closing shot of the episode where we zoom out to like a narrator that we didn't know existed, and he just goes, something, joy be to all people except for that one type of people. And then it turns out he is actually in the room, and Charlie and Alan are both very vocal, like, hey, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, it's just a little social experiment. It's like, no, it's not. Get the fuck out of here.
This is a private party.
Speaking of Alan, he got fed like a bird.
Yeah, by his dad, who looks just like him with a beard.
I do find that very funny as like a design trope.
Yeah, so he asked for peace, and his dad goes, "Yes, you may. Thank you for asking nicely."
It's so funny. Oh, yeah, so funny.
So there's a theory that Alan is a bird-type critter, partly because he's being fed like a baby bird, and also partly because he shows no fear at being at super high heights in his own episode.
I don't really know how, the being fed like a bird thing makes sense, but the no fear of height thing, it doesn't really make any. So yeah, no. Guess what? Not everyone's afraid of heights. That's just a thing.
This is true. And it's weird that all of the employees of the Smiling Friends are critter types, because there's multiple different creature types in Smiling Friends universes, like the humans, critters, and just straight up monsters. And animals.
It's humans, critters, and demons is what Zach and Michael have gone on record as saying.
Okay.
I only remember this because they had the discussion during the first Mr. Frog episode of being like, so is Mr. Frog an animal? And it's like, no, he's definitely a demon.
Yeah, he's a demon. Weirdly, he's classed as a critter, even though he's a demon. But by the same token, he's a frog type, and so is Pim, because Pim apparently used to be a tadpole.
Oh, Rick, I just read something that's really annoyed me, by the way.
Uh-huh.
In the German dub, the episode is called The Glepisode.
Oh, man.
Except it's called
Glepisode.
It's Die Glepisode, because,
Die Glepisode.
Yeah. No, you see, it's German. It means the, but the.
Shit. Oh, no.
It's one of my favourite jokes in The Simpsons, and it shouldn't be, because it's fucking dumb.
The Bart, the. No one who speaks German can be an evil man.
And during that ending dinner scene as well, like, I don't know why, but either because he's drunk or he's just an arsehole, but his face is covered in gravy, Charlie, that is, and his girlfriend just goes, oh, you're such a pig, and tries to wipe the gravy, just goes, don't touch me. It's so weird.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that's, it's such a Zach Hadel response to something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, do you have a favourite gag from this episode?
It's really tough because this is hands down my least favourite episode, I think, ever of Smiling Friends. I'll have to rewatch and actually make a verdict on that one. That being said, the narrator just being like, except that group of people came so out of left field, I was both like shocked and like, that's kind of funny. All the more so when like in universe, it's like, because we've had narrators out of the show just being like, yeah, talking to the viewer, not just like, no, he's actually in the room and no one knows why.
Yeah.
Like, it's absurd.
They're just there. Yeah.
How about you? Question reverse.
Mine was probably when Mr. Boss was ready to shoot himself in the head, and he just goes into his really serious voice of, "Oh, it's okay, it's gonna be fine, awesome." Gun to the head. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't pull the trigger.
And then Glep does the exact same thing that made the fucking Roman Emperor kill himself.
Yeah. Little Glep dance. Yeah.
Also,
that's what made Mr. Boss smile, and what gave him the idea.
Yeah, although it does give a bit of additional context to his freak out during the Frowning Friends episode, where he mutters to himself, "Frowning Friends, why didn't I have that?"
yeah, he just goes like super southern out of nowhere. But yeah, we've essentially gone through all the episodes as we have. So, would you say we should do the MVPs and stuff as usual, or
we can do MVPs? But favourite moment and weakest link seem kind of redundant because that's all we've done today.
Yeah, like we've done favourite moments all the time, and weakest link is pretty much this episode. So yeah, do you have a MVP of this entire season?
Oh, it's a tough one because it would be really silly to give it to a character like Mr. Mole Man because he appears for one episode, but he's he's iconic, shall we say? I'm going to give it to Charlie for consistently being the most amusing of the Smiling Friends, because as fun as Pym's optimism and purity and just positivity in general is, I kind of prefer Charlie's more realistic, down to earth. Like let's roll it back a little bit here.
Yeah, like the consistent straight man. Yeah.
Yeah, and even though he's a straight man, it's weird, but it's weird because he's a straight man in a wacky universe, so he's still a bit insane. Like, for example, willingly eating a dish called a parasite kebab.
Yeah. Maybe it was hoping that the parasite was cooked.
It was a big fucking parasite, so assumedly he did just eat that whole.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Either that or he ate one of the eggs and it became that.
I would have had to have happened quick, considering it was meant to be like the night before or the morning of. I don't know.
Yeah. That said, they do the same in not South Park, Futurama.
Yeah, but Futurama has the excuse of it being weird future.
Yeah.
And also, they're not massive. They're tiny. They're microscopic.
Yeah. Space eggs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they give them superpowers.
Why the fuck would you eat an egg sandwich from a gas station?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, belly.
Don't eat any food from gas stations. Petrol stations if you're proper British, but we're using the vernacular from Futurama.
Yeah. It's okay if it's packaged, but yeah, no.
Here's the thing is, whenever I go on a car trip that I know is going to be long, I prepare stuff all myself before the road trip. I don't go, let's stop at this petrol station and buy their whatever passes for a sandwich.
Yeah, whenever I do that, it's always from something that is a chain. Like one of our local petrol stations has a Subway in it, for instance.
Oh, cool. Do you want to pay I don't like Subway. I hate them. They're so expensive now.
Yeah, it's like used to be. Do you want to pay £7 for 30 centimetres of bread?
Well, it used to be better than that. You used to be able to pay like $3.95 for a 6-inch sub, a cookie or pack of crisps, and a drink. That's a fairly decent meal.
And another £2 for a foot long. Yeah, but it's like 12 quid now.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't too long ago where I bought a Subway as a treat for me, my mum, and my sister, and I spent like 36 quid, and I was like, food for 3 people, 36 quid. Fuck off, Subway. You're not even that good.
Yeah, that's pizza money.
For real.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about you, Rick? Who's your MVP today for season 3 of Smiling Friends?
I might be a bit of a broken record with this, but I'm giving it to Michael Cusack. Just in general, him being able to voice multiple characters while also being a creative driving force here really puts him a head and shoulders above everyone else here. Not to shit on anyone else, but yeah, I really enjoy Michael Cusack.
I will shit on someone here a little bit because you got to give Michael Cusack credit for his voice acting chops, because it's hard to tell when Cusack is voicing someone. Like, for example, I believe he does Mr. Frog.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, every time Zach Hadel voices a character, you're like, well, that's Zach again because he's not trying. Which in its own way is kind of funny. But yeah,
it's his own form of like adorable to a degree, and it's really funny when he shows up in something else.
Like I said, it's so weird that he had a cameo in. Well, it's not weird because he knows the creators. He had a
Digital Circus. Yeah,
he had a cameo in Has Been Hotel, and then he had a cameo in Digital Circus. And the weird thing is they were almost exactly the same like tone and type of character. Because the Has Been Hotel one, it's like I think he actually, it's either just before or during the song Love in a Bottle, where he's like, no, no, I lost everything. And then you cut to Digital Circus, where it's his treasure chest it's empty, and it's like, no, they took everything. It's the exact same line.
Same gag, same energy. But yeah, that's it for us today. If you liked the episode, you can leave a comment section down below on YouTube. Tell us what you liked about Season 3 of Smiling Friends, what you're looking forward to in additional Smiling Friends, anything that you thought about today, and anything we might have missed. If you don't have the comment section on YouTube or Spotify, you can instead send us an email to
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. We had to add the UK because the other email address was taken.
By you as well, wasn't it?
No.
Was it? Okay.
Why would it be taken by me?
Wasn't it the one that you took and then rather than give me the,
Nope.
Okay.
Our YouTube account is linked to my gaming channel, and for the longest time I didn't want you to have the password, and then I went, well, Rick's not going to delete my channel, so I just gave you the password.
Yeah, this is true.
That's linked again to my personal email address, not the channel.
This is true. But yeah, thanks everybody. If you've made it this far, as always, you're our favourite people, and it's going to be a goodbye from me.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, guys, for something completely different.